यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन हेमनतिरवनचारि हेमनतिरवनचारि Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chari Yamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all devotees, ISKCON Seshadripuram, daily online Bhagavatam class. So today, 4th canto, 7th chapter, verse number 34. I'll share the screen. ऋषि उवाच अनन्वितं ते भगवान् विचिस्थितं यद् आत्मना चरैसि कर्म नाज्यसे विभूत्या यत उपसेदुरीश्वरीं न मन्यते स्वयम् अनुवर्ततिं भवान्. ऋषि उचः अनन्वितं ते भगवान् विचिस्थितं यदात्मना चरसि हि कर्म नाज्यसे विभूते यत उपसेदुरीश्वरं न मन्यते स्वयम् अनुवर्ततिं भवान्. ऋषि उचुः अनन्वितं ते भगवान् विचिस्थितं यद् आत्मना चरसि हि कर्म नाज्यसे विभूतये यत उपसेदुरीश्वरीं न मन्यते स्वयम् अनुवर्तितं भवान्. Word to word translation. Rishiha, the sages, Uchuhu, prayed. Ananvitam, wonderful, Te, your, Bhagavan, O possessor of all opulences, Vichistitam, activities, Yat, which, Atmana, by your potencies, Terasi, you execute, He, certainly, Karma, to such activities, Na Ajyase, you are not attached, Vibhuteya, for her mercy, Yataha, from, from whom, Upasedu, worshipped, Ishwarim, Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, Na Manyate, are not attached, Swayam, yourself, Anuvartitim, to your obedient servant Lakshmi, Bhavan, your lordship. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: The sages prayed, Dear Lord, your activities are most wonderful, and although you do everything by your different potencies, you are not at all attached to such activities. You are not even attached to the goddess of fortune, who is worshipped by the great demigods like Brahma, who pray to achieve her mercy. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that the Lord has no desire to achieve any result from, from his wonderful activities, nor has he any need to perform them. But still, in order to give an example to people in general, sometimes acts and those activities are very wonderful. He is not attached to anything. Na mam karmani limpanti. Although he acts very wonderfully, he is not at all attached to anything. Bhagavad Gita 4.14. He is self-sufficient. The example is given here that the goddess of fortune Lakshmi is always engaged in the service of the Lord, but still he is not attached to her. Even great demigods like Brahma worship the goddess of fortune in order to win her favor. But although the Lord is worshipped by many hundreds and thousands of goddess of fortune, he is not at all attached to any of them. This distinction concerning the exalted transcendental position of the Lord is especially mentioned by the great sages. He is not like the ordinary living entity who is attached to the results of pious activities. So here pertains ओमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपादकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेव श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुतदेवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So today's topic is wonderful verse, and in this verse we can understand the take-home message of this verse is one could understand what is the actual position of Vishnu what is the actual position of Shakti Tattva, Vishnu Tattva, Shakti Tattva, Shiva Tattva, and Jiva Tattva. So, before getting into today's verse, let us understand a little background about the canto, the chapter, brief introduction. So, the fourth canto could be divided into two portions. The first portion only we are right now. Second portion is out of our subject matter, but it starts from the immediate next chapter. So right now we are in the seventh chapter, and right now we are in the division of Daksha's sacrifice. We all know who is Daksha. Daksha is a father-in-law of Lord Shiva and the father of Sati, and who is the leader of all Prajapatis for the procreation. And then see the thread for today's discussion or end of this chapter starts from second chapter. How could Daksha hate Shiva? What is the reason behind the anger of Daksha on Shiva? At sacrificial arena, Daksha insulted and cursed Shiva. For what? For not rising from his seat. Lord Shiva is in the deep meditation of Vishnu, and then in that such a way, in that mood, so he was meditating. Then immediately, because of puffed up prestige of Daksha, all this problem happened. Then all the consequences, Nandi also cursed Daksha, and then his followers. Then Brihu cursed Shiva's followers, like that so much. And then Sati quits her body. Then finally she leaves this body due to the insult to her and her husband, and all these things. Now, right now, the seventh uh, chapter. The seventh chapter deals about Shiva revived Daksha's life with goat's head. So finally, all the demigod comes and prays to Lord Shiva. Then Lord Shiva also having that mood, right? He is not in Jiva Tattva. There is a separate Tattva that is Shiva Tattva. How to understand that Shiva Tattva? Because those who are self-realized like Lord Shiva are not obligated to follow the rules and regulations of the scripture because they are away from all these rules and regulation. How to understand this? There are two marga. One is pravritti marga of self-realization, and another one is nivritti marga. So, who is following pravritti marga and who is following nivritti marga here is the pravritti marga persons like Daksha, and nivritti marga, which is jnana yogis, are qualified or bona fide. Both are bona fide paths recommended in the scripture, but understand the Lord Shiva is transcendental to both. So he will not come under, yeah, among the yogis, he is the topmost, Lord Shiva, Ishwara, Yata Sambho, Ishwaranam, Yata Sambho. So he is the topmost Vaishnava, right? Bhakti yogis or Jnana yogi or any yogi you take. So he is, on the topmost. We'll discuss more about, these tattvas. And then from the Daksha prayed, then Daksha got the goat head, and Daksha prayed to Lord Shiva and started the sacrifice. So there are two sacrifices. During the first sacrifice, there was a problem. Now we are in Daksha in the second sacrifice. During the second sacrifice, all these problems happened, and then finally, Lord Vishnu appeared. And then when Lord Vishnu appeared, so then everybody started praying. So it's very wonderful narration. We had seen, few glorification of the Lord Vishnu the moment he appears in the thing. If someone is, so in that context, we could understand, the flow of this Srimad Bhagavatam. Right now, we are nearing towards eighth chapter, but from the seventh chapter, further we will discuss what is this seventh chapter is all about. Initially, Lord Shiva revives Daksha's life, this chapter up to 12 slokas, and then up to 25 slokas, Daksha starts the sacrifice and Lord Vishnu arrives. And then once the Lord Vishnu arrives, from sloka number 26 to right today, now we are discussing 34. And sloka number 26 to 47, demigods offer their prayers to Vishnu. So this is the flow. And now we are seeing the 34th sloka, sages are praying. So how the sages are praying, that is what today's purpose. I hope it's clear that connectivity where we are, right. So that means Lord Shiva revives Daksha's life with a goat head. Then Daksha's duty is to start performing the yajna. Then who is Yajnapati? Lord Vishnu. He arrived. Once Lord Vishnu arrived, then demigods offer the prayers. Then one by one, they all are offering. In that stage, the sages are offering prayer. That is today's sloka. So, what is the prayer of sages? That is what today's sloka, and the translation I'll read once again. Dear Lord, your activities are most wonderful. And although you do everything, but your different potencies, you are not at all attached to such activities. You are not even attached to the goddess of fortune, who is worshipped by the great demigods like Brahma, who pray to achieve her mercy. So there are two concepts here. One is about detachment even from a goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, and then your activities are wonderful and you are everything by your different potencies, but you are not at all attached. So here, in the translation, the sages always, uh, meditate on all the opulences and goddess of fortune. So let us discuss few points about goddess of fortune. Then we will come to the exact point of this sloka. And generally, I observed, the southern part of India, especially in Karnataka, it is so popular that we do um, Varamahalakshmi Habba. So here in Karnataka, it is very prominent. Even the devotee may forget Lord Narayana or Vishnu, but they will not forget Lakshmi Devi. So, but the moment, Prabhupada movement, here we are saying, uh, when you are goddess of fortune, Lakshmi has got another name called Sanchala. Sanchala means the thing which is not stable. Keep on, it will be moving from one place to another place. But the Sanchala's residing place is Sanchalapati's lotus feet. So Prabhupada movement says all over the world, don't stay there only with Sanchala. Come to Sanchalapati stage. So in that context, generally in Karnataka and southern part of India, Ashtalakshmi. If you go to any Matajis or any school or college, so you will find out of 10 or 20, one Lakshmi will be there. The name I am telling. So in that Ashtalakshmi, from the scripture, it is mentioned that Adi Lakshmi, Ashtalakshmi, I am naming it. Adi Lakshmi, Dhana Lakshmi, Dhairya Lakshmi, Gaja Lakshmi, Santana Lakshmi, Vijaya Lakshmi, Dhana Lakshmi, Vidya Lakshmi. So maybe from the name we can make out some of the Lakshmis, but let us discuss what is this opulent, who is the uh, supreme energy of supreme personality of Godhead. Here Adi Lakshmi, Mother Lakshmi resides with Lord Narayana in Vaikuntha. So Vaikuntha is the one of the very elevated place. Adi Lakshmi serving Sri Narayana is symbolic of her serving the whole creation. So she serves, she is the topmost. She is also known as Indira. Adi Lakshmi also known as Indira, who holds lotus or purity. So who holds the lotus in her hand. Lakshmi is normally seen serving Sri Narayana. We all know that. And which means Rama, beginning happiness to the mankind. Bringing happiness to the mankind. So these all are the opulences of the Adi Lakshmi because she is there from Goloka. She is there in the uh, Vaikuntha. So that is the reason it is being mentioned Adi Lakshmi. Then so I read Dhana Lakshmi. Actually, it is the Dhanya Lakshmi. Dhanya means grains. The number 2 is Dhanya. Dhanya Lakshmi means Dhanya means grains. Lakshmi is the goddess of the harvest. The farmers every year or every 3 months once, some crops. The Devi who blesses with abundance and success in harvest. So even today, the Indian economy fully based on agriculture. So Dhanya Lakshmi means, Dhanya means grains. Number 3, Dhairya Lakshmi. So the form of Mother Lakshmi grants the boon of infinite courage and strength. So the Lord's energy only will give the courage to us as well as strength to us. So that is the reason it is called Dhairya Lakshmi. So Prabhupada says always, whenever you look at the dog, don't run away. Just hold the stick or look at the face of the dog and say hut. Right? We need sometimes, we experience whenever we walk on the street or early morning, this, that, so immediately, dog may come and try to make us scare. So the diarrhea is coming. Not only that, can take any example in this diarrhea is concerned. And then always bound to have victory. Leads a life with tremendous patience and inner stability. The one who meditates on Dhairya Lakshmi, they will get what is this tremendous patience and inner stability. And then fourth, Gajalakshmi. So Gajalakshmi, in the holy book of Srimad Bhagavatam, the story of the churning of the ocean by gods and demons is explained in detail. So from according to Srimad Bhagavatam, uh, so we will discuss her birth also. Sage Vyasa writes that Lakshmi came out of the ocean during the churning of the ocean. So father of, Lakshmi is Samudra Manthan, or the sea god. So she is known as a daughter of the ocean. She came out of the ocean sitting on the full bloomed lotus and also having lotus flowers in both the hands with two elephants by her sides. So that is the reason Gajalakshmi. She came out of the ocean with lotus flowers as well as two elephants by her side holding beautiful vessels, right? Sides of the side of the goddess of fortune. And then Vijay Lakshmi. Vijaya means victory. We all know. So there are many Vijay Lakshmi's name we come across in day-to-day activities, but really, that victory, success, undertaking all different, phases of life. And Vijay is to conquer lower nature. That is another meaning. This material nature. One should come out of that. With grace of Mother Vijay Lakshmi, have victory everywhere, at all time, in all conditions. So that is another opulence of Vijay Lakshmi or goddess of fortune. Then Dhana Lakshmi. Dhana is wealth. Today we say, there is a richest person in the world, richest person in India. Everywhere we say that. So that prosperity, luck, virtue, family, food, land, water, willpower, intellect, character, etc. With the grace of Mother Dhanalakshmi, we will get all this in abundance. Then eighth, Vidya Lakshmi. Vidya is education, serenity, regularity, absence of vanity, sincerity, simplicity, veracity, equanimity, fixity, non-irritability. Today's world, full of miseries. We will get irritated, by seeing each and everything. Adaptability, humility, then integrity, nobility, magnanimity, charity, generosity, and purity are the 18 qualities imbibed through proper education that one only can give this permanent, which is not uh, you know, uh, mortal, it is immortality. So all these things. So what is the take-home message from this eight uh, uh, Lakshmis is how opulent Lord's energy is. powerful about. And also, the Mother Lakshmi is the one who bestows the 16 types of wealth. What are these 16 types of wealth? We don't know what is wealth only. Fame, knowledge, courage and strength, victory, good children, gold, gems and other valuables, grains in abundance, happiness, bliss, intelligence, beauty, higher aim, high thinking and higher meditation, morality and ethics, good health, long life. Oh, such a opulent, she is a goddess of fortune. And let us discuss about appearance of goddess Lakshmi. And goddess Lakshmi of fortune appeared during the churning of the ocean of milk. As the next result of the churning, many things emerged from the ocean, such as Airavata, two celebrated gems, Kastuba Mani and Padmarga Mani, Apsaras, etc. After the Apsaras, goddess Lakshmi appeared. Goddess Lakshmi ki jai. She appeared like electricity, surpassing the lightning that might illuminate marble mountain. So it glorifies, the beauty of Mother Lakshmi. Due to her executive beauty, her bodily features, her youth, her complexion, and her glories, everyone, including the demigods, the demons, and human beings, desired her. They were attracted because she is the source of all opulences. After being properly celebrated with an auspicious ritualistic ceremony, she began moving about holding in her hand a garland of lotus flowers, which were surrounded by humming bumblebees. Smiling with shyness, her cheeks decorated by her earrings, she looked extremely beautiful. Approaching the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the goddess of fortune placed upon his shoulders the garland of newly grown lotus flowers. In this way, goddess Lakshmi appeared. So this is the appearance of goddess Lakshmi and how opulent goddess Lakshmi or goddess of opulence appeared. So now we will come to the purport of today's verse. The second portion of the purport says, uh, translation says, you are not at all attached to such activities. You are not even attached to the goddess of fortune. So we just now looked into what are the qualities, what are the opulences of goddess of fortune, who is worshipped by the great demigods like Brahma. Even Brahma behind, all this energy, who pray to achieve her mercy. But, O Lord Vishnu, so the sages are praying, O Lord Vishnu, though there are innumerable Lakshmis serving you, but even though you are away from all this, see, when somebody serves us, we will be so grateful. We'll think, but it doesn't mean that Lord is not, accepting the seva. Lord accept the seva, but he will not be bound by that, right? One could elevate even to the stage of, Brahma. Even Jiva, we can elevate to the stage of Brahma. So how to understand this and the Sakti Vishnu Tattva. There is a Vishnu Tattva. Now we will go to the first portion of the sage's prayer from the purport. So here there is a sloka which is referred here, please. Bhagavad Gita, what is it? 4.14. So here it is mentioned, Namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spraha iti mam yo abhijanati karma virna sa bandhyate. So here the theme of this particular sloka says, since Krishna is free from all fruitive attachments, he has no personal interest in Varnashrama Dharma. He don't want to be a Brahmana, he don't want to be, any of this guna, even three guna, Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna. Whatever it may be the guna, all are deceased. Whatever it may be the ashrama, all are deceased until we are in this planet or in this body. He creates it only to help the living entity fulfill their desires and get purified. So, desire. I want to become a richest person. Okay, go ahead. I want to become most beautiful person. Go ahead. I want to be a most famous person. Go ahead. I want to be a more intelligent person. Go ahead. But use everything for Krishna's service and come back. That is the mood of a father. And then practical application of this particular sloka is Krishna is not responsible for our position in Varnashrama and for right and wrong activities. So we could not blame the Lord. Oh Lord, you are the cause. Everything is you, but you cannot blame Lord because everything Lord gives little independence for the living entities. So that is the point here. But still Lord is away from all these attachments. So 4 points I would like to bring out from this reference verse from Bhagavad Gita, what Prabhupada is quoting here. The first point, it says, Krishna creates but is unaffected by the activities of the material world. So he only created, but he will not get, uh, affected by all these material activities. The living entities are entangled because of the propensity to lord over. So Lord gives the little independence, but I am misusing that. Okay, go ahead, go to the uh, any of these planets and get purified and come back. And the analogy, there are two analogies Purport Prabhupada gives in this loka. King not subject to state laws. So king will make a law, but king, it is not applicable for king. Like Lord Vishnu. Appearance, here it is being glorified, sages. And then another analogy used here, proprietor not responsible for activities of workers. So I am the owner of the factory. If there is a person who is doing miscreants in this factory, definitely law will be imposed. Here the Lord's law is nature's law. So he will impose. Chitragupta will be taking photos, adding, keep on all our materialistic activities. Based on that, he will uh, compile he will bring out the next birth to us. So he will submit to the Yama, then based on that, we will get the next birth. And similarly, Lord is not interested in any kind of material happiness. Only it is for us. Whatever Lakshmi, goddess of Lakshmi, we have seen in every house, you will see Lakshmi Baramma or festivals, right? Why that much importance for goddess of fortune? Because this much opulence, people cannot come out of that opulence. But pure devotee or Krishna conscious person should have the mindset unconditionally, I love you, Krishna. One should come to that stage. But here, uh, like here it is, similarly, Lord is not interested in any kind of material happiness. Even heavenly planets, just like a proprietor, is not interested in the low grade happiness of the workers. We see the monthly salary, then we will feel happy. Wow, I got the salary. When I bought something, I'll feel, wow, I got, right? Have a happiness, permanent happiness, everything given by Supreme Personality of Godhead through his energies. Example, rain's not responsible for different types of vegetations. So how come, Lord, sorry, rain could take the responsibility of different varieties of vegetations? Although without rains, there is no possibility of vegetative growth. Yes, one should understand that. Without rain, there is no vegetation. Then vegetation is not possible without some source, right? So that is the understanding here. Lord only gives facilities through material nature. Living entity is responsible. Lord facilitate. Okay, you go. Rain is like God, but different vegetation is what we choose. In the Vedic Smriti, Lord is only the supreme cause. The immediate cause is material nature. So that is the one reference. Another reference, Vedanta Sutra. So Vedanta Sutra means the one who achieved, that level of philosophical knowledge. God is never partial to any living entity, but living entity is responsible for his own acts. Lord only gives the facilities through material nature. So don't stay there only. So Vedanta, Vedantis means, that is, Vedas means knowledge. Vedanta means, or higher knowledge, like conclusion of the knowledge. Who is an experienced man in Krishna consciousness? So this is very important point. Third point from this reference 4.14. One who understands this transcendental nature of the Lord is an experienced man. So Krishna consciousness says, who is the experienced person who understands this transcendental nature of the Lord. So such person we can call it as experienced man. And such a person fully conversant with all the intricacies of the laws of karma does not become affected by the results. Why? Because he will give that results to the Lord. And the last point, who becomes entangled by misunderstanding the Lord? Who becomes entangled by misunderstanding the Lord? Very important point. One who does not know the transcendental nature of the Lord, to think that activities of the Lord are aimed at fruitive results, the karma kandis, like ordinary living entities. So the nature of the living entity is I am the enjoyer. I am not this body. They will not come to the stage. I am not this body. I am the spiritual. So they all call it as ordinary living entities. So further, Krishna explains in that 15th sloka of Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter. The previous liberated souls perform their varnashrama dharma for Krishna's pleasure. We can also take it. That is what Narada Muni recommends. All Mahajanas recommends to us with this point. Like previous liberated souls perform their varnashrama dharma for Krishna's pleasure, not for our pleasure. We can also follow our acharyas, and we can also focus on bringing our conscious to uh, you know come above the what to say this bodily conception of leading life. And then with the concluding points I'd like to touch upon, uh, there are different tattvas. What are the tattvas? We know that there are uh, 4 or 5 tattvas. One is Krishna Tattva, Krishna Tattva, Vishnu Tattva, Shiva Tattva, Jiva Tattva, and there is one more Shakti Vishnu Tattva, right? Shakti Tattva. How to understand this Shakti Vishnu Tattva? So we all know Supreme Personality of Godhead possesses all 64 qualities. So the Lord Krishna's Tattva, right? That is uh, Krishna Tattva. So in that case, 64 qualities are there. That means 100%. Then you reduce 4 qualities, then it will become Vishnu Tattva. Then you reduce further 6 qualities from 60 to 54, then it is Shiva Tattva. Then further 4 you reduce, then it will become Jiva Tattva, the qualities. So the 64 qualities, I don't want to read, but glimpse I will give, like strong, ever youthful, truthful, fluent, highly learned. So all this, there are 64 qualities of Krishna. So what is that 4 extra or some, partially manifested in Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva? These transcendental qualities. These are the 4 qualities, 5 qualities. Additionally, you can find between Brahma as well as, the Shiva, these things like changeless, all cognizant, and then ever fresh, and then Sachidananda, possessing all mystic perfections. So this is, this 51 to 55, something different, which is intermediate, like partially with Lord Brahma as well as Lord Shiva one could find. And 56 to 60, but Krishna is the whole. Here, which are manifest in the body of Narayana, Vishnu, they are listed below. So these 5 more qualities, it is there with the Vishnu, which is not there with either Brahma or Shiva. The tattvas one should understand. So for that, I am bringing out this. But here, what is that 5 more, which Shiva tattva and Brahma does not have? What Vishnu has got? Vishnu has got up to 60. That last 5 is that extra is he has inconceivable potency uncountable universes generate from his body. He is the original source of all incarnations. He is the giver of salvation to the enemies whom he kills. He is the attractor of liberated souls. This is the qualities of Vishnu Tattva. And finally, this is exclusively only for the besides the 60 transcendental qualities, Krishna has four more. So what is that four more? Last one. He is the performer of wonderful varieties of pastimes. And we know, especially his childhood pastimes, Krishna Leela. And the another quality out of four, the second one is he is surrounded by devotees endowed with wonderful love of Godhead. Always with his wonderful devotees like Gopa Gopis. And third one, he can attract all living entities. Krishna means all attractive. All over the universe by playing his flute, Venu Madhava. The last quality, he has wonderful excellence of beauty, which cannot be find anywhere in the creation. So he is all beauty. And so this is the different tattvas. That is 100%, 93%, 84%, and 78%. So Srimad Bhagavatam, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. It is mentioned that also Lord is the Parama Purushottamam, and then Purna Avatara, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So why? Because of this additional four qualities. So we should understand, that detail about what is the 64 qualities like that. So, but ultimate understanding is the learned scholar will know Samayojita Pandita. Whatever the tattva you go across, everything has emanated from Supreme Personality of Godhead, including Jiva Tattva. The elevated Jiva will not find any difference among all this. And I told this Shakti Tattva. Shakti Tattva, the energy of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead and causes of all causes. Shakti means energy of Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 6, Text 43. Krishna has many different energies. Jiva is one, matter is one, and consort of the Lord are one. The marginal living entity, Jiva, are Shakti Tattva living entities who are part and parcel of the internal energy of Krishna. They are not material or matter. So that is the understanding. So the Shakti Vishnu Tattva and Vishnu Tattva expansions are Krishna in another role. So Shakti Vishnu Tattva, this is in the form of expansion of the Lord, whereas Jiva Tattvas are independent, free thinking living entities in the spiritual world with their own personality. So the Jiva Tattva has got own personality, sense of self and individuality. So that is the difference. Understand, we have to understand here, Shakti Vishnu Tattva, Vishnu Tattva, these are the expansions of Krishna in another role. But in case of Jiva Tattva, are independent, free thinking and sense of self and individuality. So that is the Jiva Tattva. The majority of Jiva Tattva souls are perpetually situated in either Vaikuntha or Goloka Vrindavana and choose to never fall to the material creation. Prabhupada give very wonderful analogy for this about all this Tattva. So here it is mentioned that, for example, Panchatattva. So we do Panchatattva mantra. So here we can understand all the Tattva in proper. So they are direct expansion of Krishna himself and part of his internal energies are potency that are all direct and full expansions of Krishna. For example, the Panchatattva are combination of Shakti Vishnu Tattva, Shiva Tattva, Jiva Tattva, personalities with only one being Jiva Tattva. So here there are, Panchatattva mantra we chant. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu referred here that Krishna himself, right? That is a Krishna or Swayam Bhagavan, the Supreme Person. Then Nityananda Prabhu. He is Krishna's first personal expansion with the combined power of Balram. So Nityananda, next, expansion, that is Vishnu Tattva. Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya is the combined power of Vishnu Tattva and Shiva Tattva, Harihara, Advaita Acharya, who is a combination of Vishnu and Shiva. Then Gadadhara. Gadadhara comes Shakti. That means combined power of Krishna's internal energy as well as Srimati Radharani herself. That is what Shakti Vishnu Tattva, like that. Or, Shakti Krishna's. That is Gadadhara. And then finally, Srivas is a Krishna's pure devotee and symbolizes devotion. That is Krishna's pure devotee. So Krishna's pure devotee who realizes all this tattva, they are called it as Vishnu Tattva. That means Shakti includes all expansions of Krishna. So from this example, the correct understanding is that all the different grades of Krishna's living energies are under the broad category of Shakti Tattva. So Vishnu Tattva, Vishnu Shakti Tattva, Shiva Tattva, Jiva Tattva. So here, for more clarity, Vishnu Tattva and Vishnu Shakti Tattva, number two, are direct expansion of Krishna, who are Krishna himself playing different roles. These two, there is no difference. When you think, oh, what is this Vishnu Tattva? What is this, Vishnu Shakti Tattva? So there is no difference between these two. Why? Because Krishna himself playing a different roles in his own pastimes, having 60 of Krishna's 64 attributes. That is 93.75% of Krishna's qualities. So that means out of 64, 60 are coming within this Vishnu and Shakti Vishnu Tattva. So then all other tattvas we have discussed elaborately. And then so here it is mentioned that Vishnu Tattva and Shakti Vishnu Tattva, 60 qualities are there. So both are, see, Vishnu Tattva, but even though Vishnu Tattva is separate, that is 93.75%. Shakti Vishnu Tattva also is separate, that is 93.75. Both are same, but these all are the direct expansion of Krishna. And then Shiva Tattva with 54 qualities, 84.3 percentage of full qualities. Jiva Tattva, out of 64, 50 qualities we can achieve. Even we can go to the stage of Brahma, that is 78.125%. So this is for the more clarity towards Lords, and Prabhupada brings out in his purports. In other words, as explained in Nectar of Devotion, the living entities mentioned above have no meaning without Krishna, and Krishna has no meaning without the living entities. Krishna gives all the credit to us also. Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna, the maintainer of all and cause of all causes. We are separate and non-separate. So how to understand that? That is what our parampara. Chinta Chinta Beda Beda. That is separate and non-separate from Krishna simultaneously. There are many tattvas such as Vishnu Tattva, Jiva Tattva, Shakti Tattva, but above everything is the Vishnu Tattva, which is all pervading. This all pervading feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is explained in Bhagavad Gita also, 10.42. And Prabhupada brings out, but what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. So here Lord's energy, Lord is explaining here. And then 10.2, Prabhupada brings in one of the purport, Aham Adir Hi Devanam. Krishna is the Adi or beginning of the Devas of this material world, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara. Therefore, he is described here as Bhagavate Brahati. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 3, text number 17. So, he is also, one should understand everything emanates from Lord Krishna. So, Vaikuntha and Goloka Vrindavana have so many expansions of Krishna that it is mind-boggling. So, here, how is the Vaikuntha, how is the Goloka Vrindavana? So, one should understand everything from Krishna. He is the causes of the causes. So then we can understand properly Vishnu Tattva, Shiva Tattva, as we discussed earlier. Shiva is above all this. Jiva, between Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva. Sure. So that is the position. So otherwise, how come this nectarian pastimes we are discussing from this particular sloka? So quickly, I'll do the summary of today's discussion from the purport. So there are 2 points only. So the first point, which we started with, how great the goddess of fortune from the opulence point of view, who could give benediction to everyone, like we discussed about Ashtalakshmi, Adi Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, Dhairya Lakshmi, Gaja Lakshmi, Shanta Lakshmi, then Vijaya Lakshmi, Dhana Lakshmi, Vidya Lakshmi, and the birth of goddess of fortune. And then we come across how Lord is Atmaram and how he is, though it is being his energy, he is not affected by that. It is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita 4.14. He has no personal interest in Varnashrama Dharma. He creates it only to help the living entity fulfill their desires and get purified. And the essence of this reference is, since Krishna is free from all fruitive attachments, only we come, all other tattva will come into this understanding. And finally, we concluded that Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a Swayam Bhagavan. So here Prabhupada brings out Swayam Bhagavan, who has 64 qualities. So that 50 qualities is Jiva Tattva, and then 50 qualities are Jiva Tattva, and increased to 54 Shiva Tattva, and increased to 6 more, that is Vishnu Tattva. Vishnu Tattva or Shakti Vishnu Tattva, both are same. Lord's direct expansion. Then ultimate is Lord Krishna's 64 qualities. So this is the conclusion of today's verse. And finally, Lord Shiva, so convinced, and also Lord Vishnu also teaching a lesson to all these demigods. It is, so everybody started glorifying. Now this is the glorification from the mouth of the sages. So here I will close the discussion for the day. If there are any additions, or if there are any realization, or anything to be shared, or any questions, you are welcome. Hare Krishna. If there are no questions, one time we will chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and then we will close the session. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Grantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thanks for joining. We'll close the session now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay.